Okay, I think I started streaming, but as always, let's do the sound check. Okay, I think I started streaming. All right, I hear myself. That's a good sign. Sound check. I also forgot to do my internet speed check, but I am connected directly, so it should be okay. You know, I can just do it now. Nobody's here. Shh, it's okay. I wonder if that actually affects. It probably wouldn't affect stream, but. Let's see. It's being a little slow. That's good. Responsiveness is a little slow, so I guess the speed test is working fine. All right. All right, my internet speed is fast. Yes, I knew that. I am the king of your stream. Hello, keyboard magic. Yes, you guys came in a little bit right at the beginning. I've not been on that long, but welcome in. I am the king of your stream. How's it going? And welcome in, Seeker of Weird. How are you doing? No, I'm not doing keyboard magic. I just have this screen on until somebody gets here. So I guess we can switch over to this one. Here we are. And then also I need to put on my cheating fingers. If anybody doesn't know what cheating fingers are, it's this stuff. So, yeah. All right. But if anybody wants to actually request anything, the queue, I just opened the queue. What does it do? LMAO, category is magician, and it is actually a game. Wait, what? No, yeah. So here's the thing: there isn't a real magic or magician category, Kaner. But by the way, welcome in, Kaner. How's it going, Jimmy? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cheating fingers. Yes. What does the cheating fingers do? It basically gives me extra tactility. So if my fingers were dry, yeah. I'll be right back. Yeah. So Jimmy, okay, I'll wait for you to get back, and then I'll tell you the explanation. But basically, for everybody else, there's not a magician magic category, and so we have to steal this one. I mean, we don't have to, but I just want to have it be different than when I'm actually doing just chatting. If I'm doing just chatting, I want other people to know that I'm just chatting, right? Like, and not doing magic. So, Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? I also realized that I can pin. It might be simpler instead of me. Let me do this, and then I can pin this message, and then we don't have to call upon it every time. I don't know why I didn't have this idea before, because I've seen other people in music streams do it all the time. All right, download and upload. All right, I've got extremely good upload and download, so I think we're okay. All right, pin. Oh my God. Manually unpin or end of stream. Yes, okay, there we go. Perfect. There we go. Glorious. And I am the king of your stream has requested something right away, right out of the gate. Thanks for the request. I am the king of your stream. Alright, let me first get the Twitch deck. Actually, let me let me wait for my cheating fingers to settle in. Alright, so for this trick we're going to need all of the face cards, so I'm just going to find the face cards now. But anyway, how's everybody's week? How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's doing well. I think it has cooled down across the United States compared to last week. So It was a lot. I mean, not this past week, but compared to the previous week. Oh yeah, one trick in the queue. It's 5 a.m. I'll try to watch 2, 3. Okay, okay, and then we'll yeah. So let me try. I will hurry it up for you. I am the king of your stream. Yeah, I understand. That's right. When you came in last time, it was super late for you, and I was like, my apologies. So all right. Hang on. We're gonna do. I'm hustling. I'm hustling. Okay. All right. All right, cool. So let's see, Impulse and B Sisters. All right, cool. You know what? I'll just throw all those in the queue for you, and then we'll do all those. Okay. Impulse, B Sisters. Okay. All right, cool. All right, man. I've not even been on for that long, and yet here I am. Okay, so let me see. All right. Let's get started so that we're not giving I am the king of your stream up. Okay, first things first. We have all of the face cards. And what we're going to do is, if you were here, you'd actually cut the packet. So wherever you would like to cut the packet. In the interest of time, let's just go ahead and go quickly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and separate this into 3 different packets. It doesn't matter which one we choose first. If we were doing the interactive part of Magic, I'd be like, hey, pick whichever packet you want to start with. I'd label them like A, B, and C. But it doesn't really matter which one we start with. So let's say this one. First things first, I have to tell you what a family unit is. A family unit is basically consists of a king, a queen, and a jack, all of the same suit. And they're really good at finding each other. So let me just demonstrate. Here we have a queen of clubs. So I'm going to go ahead and place the queen of clubs right there. And hopefully it's very good at finding the rest of its family. But actually when we put this into the house, it should be the clubhouse. But as it turns out, it's not, because this is the queen of diamonds, the jack of diamonds, and the king of diamonds. Is that weird? This is the diamond household, so that's actually the diamond family unit. And so, okay, let's try that again. I guess the place that keeps track of the records here. So here's a queen of hearts. So I'm going to go ahead and place the queen of hearts there. And as it turns out, the queen of hearts supposed to be very good at finding their family, but when we go and place them into their household, as it turns out, that's not the heart family unit at all. That actually happens to be the king of clubs, the jack of clubs, and the queen of clubs. They're actually all in the clubhouse. So, and then okay, so at this point, I would ask a spectator to stack these however they want. So could go from C, B, A, B, C, B, A, C. So let's just go ahead and say B, C, A. Now, we've gotten these super wrong, and so we really want to get the next couple correct. And so I'm going to try and force the next family unit to be like the correct one. And so here, we have a king of spades. So now we're on the lookout for all the other spades. And so if we find a spade right there, we're just going to force it into this household. And there we have the queen of spades. So as it turns out, when we place this into the spade household, we discover that's not the spade household at all. This happens to be the heart family unit. There's the king of hearts, the jack of hearts, and the queen of hearts. And of course, this has to be the spade household. But we had to get there. Queen of clubs, sorry, queen of spades, jack of spades, and the king of spades. Thank you kindly for the applause. I am the king of your stream. Thank you so much for that request, and then we'll get to the next request, which were the ones that you tried to request. So let's just keep on trucking. This one's actually a pretty new one, and I will take a second to just remember how it's done. But let's see here. So this one should be boo boo boo. Okay. And then we should be able to do This one. I saw new, so I clicked on it. All right, perfect. You know, that's the best way to do it. I just have to refer to a Andrew War, welcome in. Thank you so much for the resub for 9 months. All right, let's see. I was going to use the 5s, but we're going to use Andrew War's card and then the other cards that correspond with Andrew War's cards. I think it's a 2. Yeah, there we go. All right, 2, and then, all right, hang tight. Andrew War, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing today? I'm currently trying to rush through a bunch of tricks so that I am the king of your stream can enjoy some tricks before going to bed, because it is apparently like 5 a.m. where they are. So, where was I? Oh yes, I was going to consult my magic spreadsheet to determine quickly how to set up for this trick. But I remember how to do it. It's just like the initial conditions are actually very important for this. Okay, boom, boom. All right, I would mess that up. So perfect that I looked at this. Okay. Okay, here we go. Can't argue with that logic. They're the king of your stream. You know what, Andrew War? You are going to get one of these. There you go. All right. All right, there we go. Okay, all right. So, guys, Andrew War just resub. Thank you for the resub, Andrew War. 2 of diamonds. There we are. So, here we have 4 queens, 4 2s, and I want to do something super interesting with these cards. So, all right. First things first. We have the 2s. Let me introduce you to each 2. Here we have the 2 of spades. Then we have the 2 of clubs, the 2 of diamonds, which Andrew War has signed, and the 2 of hearts. Okay, so what I want to do is have each of these cards turned face down 1 card at a time. Alright, we're in the middle of this trick, so we're going to try and do this fast anyway. Thank you so much for the resub, Chan the Magic Man. I'm also going to wait until it clears, but we're in the middle of a trick, so we're going to do this one. Okay, look, I'm going to snap my fingers, and then, believe it or not, that has turned one of these cards face down. I know, one of those 2s has turned face down. But look, if I snap my fingers, another 2 is going to turn itself face down, because take a look. So now there's 2 cards face down. But look, now I'm going to go ahead and snap my fingers, and then we have another 2 has turned face down. And then finally, we have one more snap of the fingers, and that's actually going to turn the final 2 face down. So here's the weirdest part. All of these are 2s, right? But when I snap my fingers, they're going to change into the kings. Wait. Sorry, they're not the kings, they're the queens. The deck somehow knew that they were not kings because I'd used queens. I'd used kings in a pre. So here we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's why it didn't work. That's why it didn't work. So look, watch. They're all queens now. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 queens. I know, it's super weird. Now, here's the interesting thing with these queens, though. If I was to tell you that perhaps the queens jumped from over here and swapped places with the 2s over there, it'd be really tough to believe, right? But look, if I just go ahead and I just place them on, certainly it would be impossible for them to be completely interwoven with each other, like this, right? Alternating a face down and then a 2, face down 2, face down 2, face down 2. Now here's the part that really I don't understand, but they're very good at finding each other, and so believe it or not, this is actually the 2 of diamonds. It is linked up with the queen of diamonds. And here's the 2 of spades. It is linked up with the queen of spades. Here's the 2 of hearts, and it is linked up with the queen of hearts. And here's the 2 of clubs, which is linked up with the Queen of Clubs. Alright, so now we're kind of in the middle of a hype train, guys. If you guys didn't know, I have to interrupt and basically do as much magic as fast as possible during the hype train. So luckily we were in the middle of a trick, so I was able to finish that. But for right now, let's go ahead and do some magic during the hype train. Alright, let's go ahead and have a selection. Doesn't matter what it is, so let's pretend this is the selection. Doesn't really matter that I know what it is. Alright, Ace of Hearts. Cool. So, Ace of Hearts, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab this and show you that, look, we are now magically connected to the Ace of Hearts. If you guys didn't know, Ace of Hearts signed by GipsonLens. GipsonLens is also a mod here. So look, I'm going to go ahead and place GipsonLens here in the middle of the deck. Boom, but look, if I snap my fingers, GipsonLens is going to jump back up to the top of the deck because he's a mod that's on top of everything. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now here's the thing. I'm going to hold the packet. Sorry, I'm going to go... Man, my pattern. I'm going to go ahead and place him in the middle of the packet again. And importantly, I didn't snap yet, so he's not on top. That's some other card. That's a king. That was the king that I had called from the previous trick. But look, now GipsonLens is going to jump back up onto the top because, look, he's a mod that can jump on top of anything. Now, some people believe that mods are actually superhuman. And you know, a bunch of mods may actually be superhuman because GipsonLens might be one of those mods. But look, even if I place him into the middle of this packet, so he gets lost amongst a bunch of Twitch news, and then he gets lost amongst a bunch of other Twitch news. And of course, some people think that I'm hiding the selection, i.e. GipsonLens on top of the deck. That's not him. Sometimes people believe that I'm hiding him on the bottom. That's a different mod. But look, if I just snap my fingers, that's actually going to make GipsonLens jump back up to the top. That's weird. That's super weird, right? That shouldn't happen. Okay, alright. So, here, we can do something with the aces, right? Let's go find all the aces. And if you didn't know, this song that is playing right now, the Hype Train song, this is actually a GipsonLens original called Expanse. I did do a remix of it, so this is my remix of it. Okay, alright. Look, we have all the aces. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to do something super interesting with the aces. If I go ahead and I want to turn each ace face up one at a time, like this. But if I did it like that, that would be cheating, because that's how normal people do it. So I have to do it in a more magical way. I'm going to hold the packet, give it another magical twist. Give it a magical twist. It's the first magical twist. But look, that's going to turn up the Ace of Hearts. Thank you so much for that hype train, everybody. I'm going to finish this trick out. And, well, thank you so much.
He just blew my mind.
Sorry for the heat map. Misclick. Andrew War, no problem. Actually, Andrew War, is that exactly where you clicked? Because last time we had issues making sure where the heat map appeared. Thank you so much for the applause. So yeah, it was pretty close. Alright, awesome. That's basically all we can go for. Alright. I'm going to give this pack another magical twist, and that's going to turn down the Ace of Hearts and turn up the Ace of Clubs. I know, that's super weird, right? That shouldn't happen. Look, I'm going to hold the packet and give another magical twist. Ace of Diamonds will turn itself face up. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now, here's the thing. The Ace of Spades, which is signed by our regular and friend Charlie's Beats, which I'm not sure if we saw in chat yet, but I think sometimes invoking his name, I'm going to hold the pack and give it a magical twist. Sometimes Charlie will appear. Nope. If I give it 2 magical twists. 1, 2. Nope. Okay, alright. You know what? I need some of that heat map power right there. Thanks for that heat map, Andrew War. I'm just going to absorb the magic from there, and I think that should be enough to turn the Ace of Spades face up. There we go. So thank you kindly for that heat map. Oh, all those heat maps got to absorb all those. Right? Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Let me... Alright.
He just blew my mind.
I am the king of your stream. Thank you so much for the mind-blown sound alert there. Alright, so thank you so much to Andrew War, signer of the 2 of Diamonds, and thanks to Chan the Magic Man, signer of the Queen of Clubs. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that hype train. Thank you for that hype train, guys. Okay. And also, I am the king of your stream got a bunch of magic all at once. So that was cool. Alright, let's see. Next up Yeah, I know I started a little bit early compared to my schedule, but I was like, it's too late to play Slay the Spire. But I was like, you know what? Let's just get started. And then I forgot that I Am the King of Stream is in a different time zone. So it's like, all right, let's just get a bunch of tricks done, and then I can take it leisurely after that. All right. And actually, good thing you requested B Sisters, because last week I messed up B Sisters, and that became a boss trick. So if you guys didn't know, so look, we found a boss. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me explanation of boss trick. There you go. If anybody doesn't know what a boss trick is, there it is. Let's see. Chan asks, "How's your weekend been, Nam?" Well, Chan, thanks for asking. Greatly appreciate it. How are your guys' weekend? My weekend's been pretty good. I can't complain. It was pretty decent. So, have a good stream, wizard. Oh, all right, awesome. Thanks. I am the king of your stream. Thanks for the tricks. You're welcome. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then, all right, cool. Here we go. B Sisters. All right, this one I messed up last time, but look. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. There's the 4 aces. So here's red ace. Then we have red ace. And so this red ace, what I want to do is place it right here. So I have the 2 red aces here, and then I have the 2 black aces right there. Now here's the thing. I'm going to grab these 2 red aces, place them right here. And if you take a look, the 2 red aces are now here. Now some people believe that the 2 black aces are over here. But if I show you, what I had done is actually just took them from here, and there's nothing here now. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now here's the thing. This is what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab the red aces and just blow them away. And believe it or not, they have disappeared. Because I didn't do anything with the aces to put them back. And so that, my friends, is B Sisters. And we defeated a boss trick. So there we go. I'm going to beat the boss. Boom! Man, we are so close to 69 boss tricks being defeated. All right. Woo! Okay. Thanks for getting that, Chan. Jimmy Gaynor, welcome in. How's it going? And that's right, you came back. So Jimmy, just to let you know, yeah, magician isn't a real category. Magician, well, for like magic and magic performance, magician is an old NES game that is utterly horrible that nobody plays. But we took it, we being the magicians, and we occasionally use it when we're doing magic, because I don't want to use just chatting, because when I'm performing magic, I'm not really just chatting, right? And then if I'm doing magic and I want to actually just chat, I want that to be like separate. So I have tried to ask them to get a magic category, which they made announcements for a new DJing category, I guess, in Twitch Rotterdam. But I don't know if magic is big enough yet. I'm kind of like this close to wanting to like stream as Magic the Gathering and do Sleight of Hand Magic with Magic the Gathering. Like, I obviously can't choose Magic Arena because that's the digital game. But if I just choose Magic the Gathering, hopefully that should be okay. I understand, says Jimmy. All right, hope there will be one day. I mean, if not here, maybe somewhere else. Whatever. This is working fine for me. People know that if they come here and there's magician, then that's what's happening. So yes, we hope. Yep. That's all we can hope for. All right. Although the good news is I did not mess that trick up, so I'm very happy about that. And we beat that boss. I cannot believe I messed this one up last time. Cannot believe. Okay, I love when you eat the little thing. Oh, Jimmy, that's what she said? That seems super weird. All right. All right. Oh, yeah. First things first, if you've been sitting around for a while and you have not hydrated, feel free to hydrate. OMG, sis. Yeah. Okay. All right. Tons of heat maps. Oh, man. So I've been focusing a bunch of times. So the reason why I was quote unquote a little bit later than being able to do a gaming stream, but a little bit earlier to my Magic stream is because I was doing stuff to go through all my historical YouTube videos to update my YouTube videos for Magic. Delicious. Um, so yeah, and I've noticed it's given some of my videos a boost because I went back and I also updated the description of the videos to include like my main playlist for all my Magic. So I noticed a bunch of more views to my current video because everybody found all my past videos and it was probably like, "Hey, let me click on this." And so they all went to my current one and I'm like, "Yes, it's working." And so I was encouraged to kind of speed up the process. So I did a bunch more today. Um, so yeah, that was the sweet part. So I'm not close to being done, but we will get there eventually. So all right, let's see here. How do I want to do this? Very carefully. Oh wait, which revolver? Fully loaded. Okay, so that would be my handling for the 6 card version. Don't mind me, I have to find a bunch of cards. But anyway, good news, I slept well. I was a little bit tired earlier today, but otherwise, generally doing well, so can't complain. And we have a short week this upcoming week. I mean, it's going to be a weird week because I'm going to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, have the day off for Independence Day here in the United States, which is also known as July 4th. And then I have a half day on Friday. So okay, man, I've eaten a lot of heat maps. Have I really eaten that many heat maps? That's a lot of heat maps. I should have like an ulcer by now. Wow. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, also while we're here, I'm just gonna take a moment to do some shout outs. Guys, you're not following our friends, Seeker of Weird, artist, likes to also travel the world. So give our friend Seeker of Weird a follow. Guys, you're not following our friend Kaner Keys, pianist, also plays video games. I think on an alternate account, but I think this one is the music account. Is that right? just double check. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if I am the king of your stream is a streamer. All right. Oh, Charlie's Beats is here. That's oh man. Guys, you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats. I miss Charlie's chat. Welcome in, Charlie. How's it going? Charlie, the was it omnipresent Twitch chatter. So even surprising me sometimes. Like, let's see here. Who else has come in? And then, of course, guys, you're not following our mod and friend Chan the Magic Man. Please give Chan a follow. Chan is one of the other few magicians that has a regular magic schedule, does Magic Mondays. So give him a follow. And you can also request tricks from a trick list, a.k.a. StreamerSonglist, from his list as well. Also, he has music on his list, so potentially using it more correctly than I am. He has no music on my trick list. It's literally all tricks. One of which is not even magic. So, let's see here. Did we get everybody? I think so, right? Cool. My own shoutouts for everybody. Blah blah blah. Okay. Thanks for all the emotes, everybody. Chan the Legend Man. Yes, my favorite song, Steamy Funk Baby. All right. Well, Jimmy, if you find a trick called Get Lucky, and like send me like a performance video of it, and it's a card trick, I will entertain the idea of learning it. So I mean, yeah. I mean, it's got to actually be called that, and it actually has to be a real card trick that already exists. Like not like one that you created. I mean, unless you have been in secret been performing magic secretly for years. But I will do okay. All right, you can invent it. I can invent it. I mean, I'm sure I could. I have enough know-how. I've come up with a couple of tricks already. So actually, I have some notes. I have some notes from somebody else that said I have to look for a trick called the next trick. You know what? Let me put a note next to this one. Determine if get lucky card trick exists. If not, try and create one. All right, I just gave myself a note. So there you go. That's the best I can do for right now. Thanks for the idea. All right. I mean, okay. All right. So next up, we have a request from Chan the Magic Man. Chan, thank you so much for the request. It's Revolver Fully Loaded, which is a handling that I came up with based on another trick that is 4-card version. But revolvers actually have 6 bullet chambers. Mark Ride says, I'm at the McDonald's drive-thru and will be lurking again. Mark Rides, thank you so much for coming in and lurking, even while you're at the McDonald's drive-thru. Appreciate it. So hopefully you're doing well. Enjoy your McDonald's. Or if you're getting it for other people, you know. I hope whoever is getting McDonald's enjoy. And the best song is Cowboy Dancing, not Steamy Funk, says Mark Rice. Man, nice. I'm hungry now, says Jimmy. All right. Okay, so here we have. I'm going to represent each bullet chamber with a number, ace through 6, of diamonds, because effectively when you fire a bullet, it's going to be as hard as a diamond as far as it going through a human body. Um, so here we have the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6 of diamonds. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fire off each... oh, and actually, I don't know if I told you guys, I think I have a sound alert now for a bang. So if anybody wants to do the bang, there we go. We just shot off the first bullet because I don't know if you guys can tell, the first bullet has turned itself face down. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, now we're going to go have fire off the second bullet. Anybody want to do that? Oh! Jimmy's fired off the second bullet because, look, here we have the 5, 4, 3, 6, and there's the second bullet being fired. Now let's go ahead and fire off the third bullet. Haha! Quick! Man. Yo, Chan! Chan, you got this. Look. Chan's fired off the third bullet because here's our 5 and the 4 and the 6, the ace and the 2, and the 3 has turned itself face down. Okay, let's go ahead and fire off the fourth bullet. So the reason why I was able to do this was because I added... whoa! Okay, I was not ready for that one. Okay, so look, the fourth bullet has been fired off because... Look, here's our 5, our 2, our ace, our 6, and there's our 3. So the 4 has been fired. So now we need to fire off the 5. So yeah, the sound alerts that I use, they used to be limited to 5 free ones, but they increased it to 10 at some point, unbeknownst to me. Ah! Okay, alright. Man, you guys are getting trigger happy over there. So here we have a 6, an ace, a 2, a 3, a 4... And there's the 5 face down. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and need the final bullet chamber fired. So I don't know if we're in a firefight or something, but we have almost emptied out the entire barrel. Sorry, the entire... Man, I don't know what parts of a gun are called. I don't shoot guns. But yeah, I was able to get the add this. So if there's any other sound alerts, guys, you're interested in having... Whoa. Hold on, hold on. Wait for it. Oh, it's on cooldown! Oh my god, I can't... I just realized that there's a cooldown on that. Thank you kindly for shooting that bullet, Chan the Magic Man, because now if I show you, we have the 4, the 3, the 2, the ace. There's our 6. Here's our 5. I didn't realize that there was a cooldown on it. I should probably remove that for this trick. But anyway, here, let me go ahead and turn the 6 back face up. And so what? Here's the thing about this trick, though.
He
Let's
just
say
blew my mind.
we were in a firefight just now, right? And there were a lot of bullets just flying. Um, and if I was to ask you, at the beginning of the fight, was everybody okay? Yeah, everybody was wearing a blue uniform, right? So everybody was fine, right? So here, everybody's looking okay, looking okay, looking okay, right? But actually, after the firefight, everybody got shot and they got a bullet in them and they were actually bleeding. They were bleeding red through their uniform. Like everybody. Like all of them. Like I don't know if you could tell, but like everybody had blood through their uniform. And that, my friends, is Revolver Fully Loaded Interactive Edition with the bang. Thanks for all the bangs, everybody. I just realized that was a very horrible quote. I should not have said that. Nobody clipped that. All right, that's obviously the perfect way for somebody to clip that. But anyway, thank you so much for that request, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for all the bang sound alerts. Uh, Jimmy, Chan, me. But all right, okay, hold on. Ooh, I can get these. Hold on. Delicious. Okay. All right. Cool. Woo. Yeah, it had been a while since I did that one, so thanks for requesting that, Chan. I like the story with that one too. Actually, I don't know if I've ever told that story. Maybe once, like a long time ago, but not usually. All right. Next up, we have a trick request from Kaner Keys, aka Jimmy, and it is called Color Monty. I could use 3 regular cards for this, but I'm going to go ahead and use the special cards because we're trying to convert this to get lucky, right? Is that the idea? All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. This trick is called Color Monty. So we have 3 cards here, and I just want to show you what they are. So here we have a blue diamond. The second card is another blue diamond. And then the third card is the money card. So keep your eyes on the red diamond. So I want you to keep track of the red diamond. Okay. Now, I'm going to move the red diamond from the top to the bottom. And I'm going to ask you, where is the red diamond? I think a lot of people would say it's on the bottom. But if I show you the card that's on the bottom, there's a blue diamond there. So some people say, oh, if you actually had it on the bottom, no, sorry, if it was on the top and you didn't actually move it to the top, then it must still be on the top, right? Well, no, it's actually a blue diamond is also on the top. And so the important question now is, wait, if there's a blue diamond on the top and the bottom, that must mean that the red diamond is in the middle. And to that I would say, that would be a great guess, but you know what? That's actually not the case because there's actually a blue diamond here in the middle. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? So now I'm like, okay, are you guys ready to play? And now you're super convinced, oh man, they're all blue diamonds, so there's no red diamond. And to that I would say, no, 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 you owe me some money now because look, there's a red diamond right here on the bottom. Okay, Whoa, 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 Jimmy, Jimmy, calm down, calm down. All right, all right. That's okay. I'm not gonna be taking Jimmy's money. He's got a gun, so I'm just gonna. But anyway, no. So maybe on the top, right? So there must be um a red diamond must be on the a blue diamond must still be on the top, but no, that's actually the red diamond. Okay, well wait. So wait, if there's a red diamond at the bottom on the top, there's no way the red diamond could be in the middle. No. Well, here's the thing: the red diamond is also in the middle. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Um, and now you must be thinking, hey, wait, there's. Well, I saw way too many cards. You must have 6 cards in your hand. And to that, I would say, no. There's actually only 3. See, 1, 2, 3. All right. And so at this point, I would say you owe me a bunch of money. But no, wait. How about this? If you get this next question right, you can go and take the money. But if you decide to play and you get it wrong, you owe me $100. And let's say $100 was like a bargain compared to how much you had gambled. All right. So first things first. Here, I'll even give you a hint. So here's a blue diamond. Here's a red diamond. If you can tell me what's on this card, you win. And you walk away with all the cash on the table. But if you get it wrong, you remember what you owe me. All right. Any guesses in chat? Go ahead and place guesses in chat if you would like to make a guess. In the interim, this is where I'm going to sip some tea. And also, Jimmy says blue. Chan says you owe $100. And then, let's see here. Any other guesses? All right. So, all right, guys. If Jimmy was playing this game, I guess not yellow, Mark Wright says. All right. So if Jimmy and Mark were playing this game, I mean, well, technically, Mark's claim is not technically wrong, but didn't really guess what's on there. But if Jimmy guessed blue, I would assume blue diamond. That is incorrect. So Jimmy would owe me $100. The funniest thing is nobody would ever guess that what Chan guessed is that you owe $100 is actually what is on the card, and therefore Chan would be correct because this final card does say you owe $100. And that, my friends, is why you don't play 3-card Monty on the street. Thanks for the request, Jimmy. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm sorry you were not able to get lucky on that one, but that's okay. Next time. All right. My guess was right. It wasn't a yellow card. I mean, you're not wrong, Mark, but I don't think I would have paid for that. Like, I don't think that would have been permissible. That's like saying, "What's in my pocket?" Not me. Like, okay, you're obviously not in my pocket. So, yeah, that's correct, but casinos would not like that guess. I'm just saying. Look, I don't run these scams in the street, all right? I come to Twitch to run the scams on Twitch. For entertainment purposes only. I mean, that's basically what it is. That's Man, is tonight the night where we're gonna get like a record number of tricks in one night? Because I feel like we are booking, and I started a little bit earlier than I normally do, like doing magic. So we are booking. Wait, that one is over here. Okay, hold on. This is weird because my mouse. You know what? I'm just gonna swap my mouse hand for a second. Oh, damn it! Come on. Okay, okay. All right. Hold on. We're gonna try and get these lined up. Okay, there we go. God damn it! Who moved? Jimmy. All right, I'm just gonna eat this one. All right, delicious. Wow, it wasn't me. Oh, okay. You laughed, so I was like, I just thought it was you, but I'll accept your, I'll accept your explanation. Oh, Charlie's got the cackle. All right, it was probably Charlie. I didn't know you could move the mark. Yeah, so each person only has one, and so if you click on it somewhere and then you click again somewhere else, your same one moves somewhere else. Okay, all right. Let's see if I can do this one without messing it up, because I have messed this one up in the past, but let's go. All right, so here we have the four aces. We've got the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and then the leader ace we have ace of spades. And Charlie's beats is the signer of the ace of spades, and we have the other three aces right here, which I will go ahead and lay down out here. Now, this is an ace assembly, and if you're unaware of ace assembly tricks, we're going to try and get all of the aces to be in the same place by the end of the trick. And so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place the 3 cards onto each one of these piles, like so. No, that's too many. And we will try and have all of the aces hop down here to this ace, the ace of spades, the leader ace. Okay. E-Room, welcome in. How's it going, E-Room? Welcome in. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a glorious weekend. E-Room comes in with the Chan-gasm emote, which is surprisingly not a Chan emote. It's a it's a E-Room emote. It's funny. Yeah, thanks for shouting out our friend E-Room. Guys, if you're not following E-Room, please give E-Room a follow. Does all sorts of variety streams. Also a strong supporter of Magic Twitch. So give E-Room a follow. Alright, so first things first, I want to make the ace move from up here to down here. Now, if you haven't seen me use my fidget spinner before, we're actually going to use the fidget spinner as a walker. We're going to have it walk from that pile to this pile. So look, that first ace has already moved from here to there. Jimmy! Put that gun away! Maybe I want to make the cooldown on that longer. Because look, if I show you all the cards over here now, look, we have no aces over here. So let's see, we knew the ace of spades is down here, but here's a couple other cards. But look, the ace of hearts has jumped from up there to down here. Okay, I love this new sound. All right, cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It is pretty new, so. All right, look, I'm going to use my fidget spinner to walk that ace from this pile to that pile. Because look, if I show you right now, there's no aces here. And let's see, we knew that the ace of spades was here, right? But here's a card, and then here's the ace of hearts. We knew that was there. And then here's the ace of clubs. So the ace of clubs has jumped from up there to down here. And now for the final one, we're going to use this fidget spinner to walk the final ace from that pile down to this pile. And if I show you, look, we have the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and the ace of spades. Now, some people are suspecting, hey, this is a sleight of hand magic stream. And with that, I would say yes, you're correct. But if you were here, you could actually see me do some sleight of hand really quick. I'm just going to go ahead and place the ace of spades into this pile right there. You could place your hand on top of this pile. Since you're not here, I'll place the fidget spinner right there. And you know what? We'll spin it a little bit so you know if I disturb it. Okay, but look. Here we have all of the three other aces, the ace of diamonds, clubs, and hearts. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that ace of spades through your hand and into my hand amongst the other aces. Because look, 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you saw that, but look, there's 4 cards in my hand now. Here we have the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, and ace of hearts, but also the ace of spades. And if we take a look at the cards under your hand, there's no aces there. And that, my friends, is an ace assembly. Thank you so much for that request. Charlie's Beats, hopefully you enjoyed. Charlie's Beats, the signer of the ace of spades. All right. Thanks for the lurk, Chan. Let's give everybody a good spin. There you go. While I catch up on chat. Let's see. Nice, 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 says Jimmy. I love this new sound. Thanks for all the emotes and the claps. Charlie's Beats, E-Room. It's still going. Thanks for the... I miss these. Thanks for the swords and the mind blown. E-Room giving mod love to Chan there. Thanks for the mind blown, Jimmy. And E-Room just spamming all the emotes when he gets in. So there we go. Alright. Man, it's still going. This fidget spinner is actually super old. It's been around for a while. It's still going. It's doing pretty good. Guys, if you haven't had if you've been sitting around for a while and you haven't hydrated for a bit, please hydrate. Okay, let's see here. Also, that'll give me a second to trick list. All right, cool. Next up is a request from Mark Rides, requesting too many cards. I envision Mark Rides right now enjoying McDonald's in his car because it's in the drive-thru. So let me go ahead and set up for too many cards. Not to be confused with Too Much Cards, which is a song on Chan's channel. You know, setting up one-handed while holding this fidget spinner up is actually a lot more time-consuming than just using 2 hands to set up. Whoa! Welcome in, Raiders. How's it going? Welcome in, the Friendly Fiddler. How do you do? Guys, if you're not following our friend, the Friendly Fiddler, first of all, he's friendly. Second of all, his name's Andrew. And third of all, we have raided him a few times, but I stopped in a couple times, and he's kept on saying, hey, we need to raid you. And then, you know, our schedules didn't line up because I have a limited stream. I only stream like, you know, on Sunday nights. So, but anyway, thank you so much for the raid and bringing your family over. I see a lot of familiar faces. So welcome in Adagio Rustico, which, by the way, Adagio Rustico recently followed me. So thank you for the follow. Bersus 200, welcome in Bersus. Moonlight Alice, welcome in. GipsonLens, also a mod here. Welcome in, Bert. How's it going? Art by Mate. And let's see here. Okay, and I think that's everybody. And so, yeah, we finally raided you, says the Friendly Fiddler. Yes, that is correct. How's it going? It's going pretty well. How was your stream? I envisioned that you were violining. Is that the correct verb to violin? Violining? Friendly is just a cover, says GipsonLens. Adagio Rustico is an excellent piano streamer. Yeah, I recently followed Adagio Rustico. Not this past week. I think the week before, because I think it was actually GipsonLens that rated in, and so that was when I followed. So, Art by Mate is a hilarious art streamer. Guys, follow everybody. Follow everybody. There it is. Oh, thanks for the kind words. So I should probably do an introduction because I don't know if everybody knows me. Although it sounds like a bunch of people already know me. But hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way. Actually, I'll switch to this. Crazy Asian. I got the cool nameplate, so I got to use it. We can actually change its color too. Hold on. What color? What color represents? Yeah, maybe green. No. Yeah, let's do red. We never use red. Okay. But yeah, I like to do sleight of hand card magic on Twitch, and I like to do sleight of hand Sundays, normally on Sundays. My apologies. It conflicts with the Friendly Fiddler's Sunday schedule. But if anybody ever wants to see magic and I'm not around, besides my VODs here, you can always check out my YouTube. So I have like over 270 magic performances on my YouTube channel. So if anybody wants to just see card magic, there's a ton over there. All right. Cool. So the Friendly Fiddler, would you like to make a trick request for the raid? I would love to perform something for you. Or actually, I could perform, or if you want, I can just find something to perform for you and the raiders. Or I could just do the next trick while you think about it. Obviously, you may not know what a bunch of trick names are, so you could do a random trick from the trick list if you would like. But in the interim, yeah, let me just go ahead and start performing the next trick. I just realized I made. Yes, please. I should learn how to request it. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so I have my trick list pinned in the pinned post there, which is basically a streamer song list. So you should be familiar with at least the mechanics of streamer song list. But yeah, I'll do the next trick. Give you a chance to take a look if you want, or you can just do a random one, or I have a magician's choice in there if you want to do that. And then okay, so here we go. We have a bunch of cards, and they are the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 of diamonds. Now, I want you to keep an eye on just one of the cards throughout this trick. And each of the cards will change. So, look, if I show you the ace, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and place the ace here in the middle of the packet. It's not on the top. It's not on the bottom, but look, if I place it into the packet, all I have to do is snap, and that makes the ace jump back up to the top of the packet. I know, that's super weird, right? But look, we can do it again. I can go ahead and take it, place it into the middle of the packet, push it in, snap, and it jumps up, and look, it's back on top again. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not fair because I have 5 cards, and you only have 2 eyes. And, okay, that's fine. Let me go ahead and take one out. So now I only have 4 cards, and you still have only 2 eyes, presumably. So look, here, I will do that again. I have the 2. I'm going to take the 2, place it into the middle of the packet. So it's not on the top. It's not on the bottom. But look, if I go ahead and I place it into the middle, and I snap, that's actually going to make the 2 jump back up to the top. I know, this is super hard to follow, but we'll do it one more time. Look. If I snap, that 2 is going to jump back up to the top. Ta-da! Okay. So, I know, that's super weird. But you know, you're probably getting a little bit bored, so we're going to change it up a little bit. So, let me go ahead and show you. If I turn up the packet, so I have the 3, 4, and the 5. If I place the 3 in between the 4 and the 5, and instead of snapping, if I just shake the packet, that's actually going to turn the 3 face down, because here's the 4, here's the 5, here's the 3. The 3 has turned itself face down. But here's the weirdest thing. If I go ahead and I turn the 4 and the 5 face down, place the 3 back into the middle, and then once again I give it a shake, that's actually going to make the 3 turn back face up. That's super weird, right? And to that, you're probably like, I can't follow that. And I know, it's unfair because I have 3 cards and you only have 2 eyes, presumably. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out for a second. But look, what two eyes, but they're focused on only one spot. You know that is true, and magicians will use that psychological exploit. So now we have two cards left. We have the 4 and the 5. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I'm gonna grab the 4, and I'm gonna place it underneath the 5. But look, if I snap, that's actually gonna bring the 4 back up to the top because look, here's the 4, and here's the 5. Super weird, right? Super weird. But look, what if I was to do something different, right? So look, if I go ahead and I place the 4 directly on the bottom, you know it's on the bottom. You know what? You know what? Why stop at 2 cards? You have the same number of eyes as cards now, so there's no excuses. But, you know, you should be able to follow 1 card, right? So now if I remove the 4 from the packet, you should be able to tell me that this is a 5. The 5 of diamonds, right? No, but look, if I snap, something else weird happens because it can't jump to the top. There's actually only 1 card, so it's by default on the top. But if I show you, it's a 5, but it's not the 5 you think. It's actually a different 5. 5 of clubs. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And that, my friends, is too many cards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And thank you, Mark Rides, for that request. Hopefully you were able to watch that. I know that Mark Rides is probably having some food right now. But in the interim, I see the Friendly Fiddler's request for the Devil's Elevator. So let me prep for that, and we'll go ahead and get things ready for that. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, the Friendly Fiddler, Art by Mate. With the hype, thanks for the hype. Alright, so here we go. We'll do that. We'll bump Devil's Elevator up to the top for our Raider. And then let me also prep for Devil's Elevator. Okay. We're going to need some cards here. And, oh, you guys may have seen some of the cards that are signed. If anybody would like to sign a card, a bunch of the deck is still open. But if you come back again or you request a trick while you're here, I will try and use your signed card if possible. So if anybody was curious about that. Basically everybody that you see on these cards, supporter of the stream. So that's that's all it is. Okay. Alright. So next up we have the Devil's Elevator for our Raiders. Thank you for bringing everybody over, Andrew. And the Friendly Fiddler. Guys, you're not following Friendly Fiddler. Please give the Friendly Fiddler a follow. Wow, that's an alliterative mouthful. Um, but plays violin. Also will do sight reads. Also will play along with things. Honestly, I feel like you could probably convince him to play whatever. He's really friendly about it, even if he says no. But good guy, fun guy. Also has covered, actually might be the #1 coverer of GipsonLens' originals. Because I think, without actually looking at a spreadsheet somewhere, I think the Friendly Fiddler has covered maybe the most number of Bert's originals. Haha, we have Freddy the Friendly Fiddle Leaf Fig Tree. That's funny. Alright, so here we have the Devil's Elevator. Here I have the black 6s and 9s, and not because of the meme, but I mean partially because of the meme. But because this is a trick about the Devil's Elevator, and at certain angles, this will look like, 666 if I combine them in a weird way. I also need these to be a color that's different from these, just to be contrastive. So you would never mix up looking at these and seeing these, right? And so that is the thing. So first of all, we're just going to go ahead and place the 4 black 6s and 9s over here. And I'm going to place the diamonds over here. So here's the 5 of diamonds. Here's the 4 of diamonds. Here's the 3 of diamonds. And I will place the 2 of diamonds on the top of this. Now, I just want to let you know that the devil lives in hell, and hell is not just a religious place, it is a business. And as all good businesses do, they have a maintenance elevator. So if you ever find yourself stuck in hell, the easiest way to get out of the levels of hell, so we're going to use the cards to represent how deep you are. So here's the first level, the second level, the third level, the fourth level, and the fifth level, and so on. But the topmost level, the one that's closest to the surface, is the easiest one to escape from. And so, yeah, maintenance elevator, check. Yes, that's right. So with the 2 of diamonds, I'm going to go ahead and place that in the second level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. They're going to get into the elevator because they know about the maintenance elevator. And they're like, I need to get out. So they're going to press the elevator button, which if you take a look, the swirling lines. I mean, you might actually see the swirl in hell yourself. Press the elevator button, and that's going to bring the elevator up. I'm just going to go ahead and do the first one, but you got to wait for the elevator ding, and then that 2 is going to appear at the top level, and then escape. Super simple, right? So look, I'm going to go ahead and grab the 3, place it in the third level of hell, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And then, once again, now I'm prepared. That is correct. Yes, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. So look, press the elevator button. And then, hey. Look, if I show you, the 3 has jumped up to the top and can easily escape hell. Now, some people believe that perhaps there's some shenanigans, but if I show you, these are actually all of the black 6s and 9s that have been here the entire time. So, look, I'm going to grab the 4, and we're going to place the 4 in the fourth level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Just place that in there. Press the elevator button. Hey, Andrew War's got the ding. Thank you, Andrew War. But look, that elevator ding has brought the 4 up to the top. And actually, some people believe that there's more than 4 cards here because I talk about 5 levels of hell. But no, there's only 4 cards here, and then this is going to become the 5th level of hell, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that 5 of diamonds gonna know. They're gonna get into the elevator button, get into the elevator, press the elevator button, and actually, sometimes they are. I think the favorite way to escape here is actually not the elevator. There's a transporter, and that transporter transports it away because look, now the top card, the 5 of diamonds, has escaped via Star Trek transporter, and here are all the 6s and the black 6s and 9s that we've been using the whole time. And that, my friends, is the Devil's Elevator. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the mind blowing. All right, let me go through some of those comments there. So, okay, yeah. Friendly Fiddler says, maintenance elevator. Check. Now I'm prepared. Check. And then, how, says the Friendly Fiddler. How is probably the correct question to ask. Witchcraft, I think, says Andrew War. Oh, man. And then, let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps and the wows. E-Room, the Friendly Fiddler. Chan, welcome back. And, yeah, so thank you so much for bringing your raiders over. And hopefully you enjoyed that trick. If anybody sticks around, hopefully you enjoy the rest of the stream. I do this Sunday nights. Okay, so next up we have a request from Chan the Magic Man, and requesting the Restless Lady. Awesome trick, nicely done. I hope you enjoyed that, the Friendly Fiddler. I also have some original tricks as well on my trick list. So if you go and search for Crazy Asian, you'll see a couple of the ones that I have put together as well. So if you want to see some of those. Anybody's welcome to request. So when I say anybody's welcome to request, I think I limited it to people who at least minimally follow me. So, but following is free, so there's no reason not to follow. Um, okay, let's see. So next up, we're looking for cards to perform. We're going to perform The Restless Lady. Good choice, Chan. Good choice. Okay, let's see here. I do actually, I think, have to work on this one. There's like one part in this in which, like, I can do everything, but I'm not like as smooth doing it as I would like to be. So that's probably the one drawback to this. But otherwise, yeah, I think I'm usually fine with this trick normally. Let's see. Erum asks, how was... Oh, words on stream. Another dupe again? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't play words on stream that much. It's not that I don't like it, but I've found that I've been unable to just hang out on Twitch as much as I'd like to, so. Alright. Let's see. Here we go. Next trick. Restless Lady. So this is the one to watch closely and figure out your magic moves. Oh, no, no, no. If you want to... Oh, hold on. Actually, before we do this one, let me just place these cards aside for a second. If you want to find out the magic moves of a trick, let me do the one that I've messed up statistically the most on stream. And then we will go from there. Okay, here we go. This is the trick that I've statistically messed up the most on stream. Alright, so this looks like a Queen of Hearts, right? Let's see if I get it today. Here we go. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so I did not mess it up that time, but that is the one that I've statistically messed up the most. I've actually revealed the secrets of magic for that trick. He got one request in. All right. Oh. Okay, all right. And we got the and the other one. Okay, I'll have to theme that one as Fantastic Four too. Is that right? Okay. All right. Okay, so back to the trick list currently. Restless Lady. All right. Friendly Fiddle says, nice! Yes, that's right. All right. Yeah, it feels good when I nail that one, and it doesn't feel good when I mess that one up. But I've messed that one up so many times on stream. Okay, here we go. So, we have a 6 of clubs, 7 of clubs, 8 of clubs, 9 of clubs, and the Queen of Diamonds. The Queen of Diamonds is our Restless Lady. So, here's the thing about the Restless Lady. The Restless Lady will try and find its way to get into the cool, fun clubhouse. And so, look, if I just show you that the Restless Lady is down here, but if we just give her a chance to jump back up into this pile, she finds her way to hang out with all the clubhouse homies. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That shouldn't happen. But look, this is what we're going to do. Here, Queen of Diamonds, Restless Lady. If I place her over here, all we have to do is give her a chance to come hang out with all the clubhouse homies. And look, if I just go ahead and just show you that there's a chance in which she's going to come back, she does. There's the Queen of Diamonds right there. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? But look, we have 2 clubhouse homies, but look, we're going to go ahead and just find a way for the Queen of Diamonds to come back and hang out. And look, we have a clubhouse homie on the top, but look, all it takes is just 1 second and the Queen of Diamonds comes back. Now here's the thing, she starts hanging out with all of the people in all the cool clubs, right? So it's not like there's more than one of her. You just happen to see her everywhere. Because look, there she is there, she's over there, here she is, she's in that chat, she's in this chat, she's just hanging out with all the cool people. And so, yeah, that's I made it, Chan, says the Rusty Panda. Welcome in the Rusty Panda. How's it going? I think it's just real magic. The friendly fiddler says, I think it's just real magic. Man, I'll tell you my disclaimer after this. But look, so here's the thing. After a while, the Queen of Diamonds actually has been hanging out with all the cool clubhouse homies. And they deliberate and they're like, Queen of Diamonds, not so strange. We're getting to know her, and it turns out really cool. And then you find out that you know it's actually somebody cool because it happens to be. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I like to use the card of the person that has requested the trick. And Chan the Magic Man has requested this trick. And if you didn't know, Chan the Magic Man has signed the Queen of Clubs because he is part of the cool person's cool club. So there we are, Chan the Magic Man. And that, my friends, is the Restless Lady. But anyway, the Rusty Panda. Hello, how's it going? Welcome in. What are you up to? All right, let me see here. Friendly Fiddle says, "What?" I hope that that's enough emotion behind the question mark exclamation exclamation. If that was not accurate, let me do it again. Thank you for the follow, Wiglef. That sounds like a Pokemon, but and watch Wiglef like hates Pokemon. It's like, oh, unfollow. I hate Pokemon. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I did that to myself. My apologies. um, lol, says Chan. All right, cool. And that was the Restless Lady. Okay, next up we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Oh, I see maximum penetration, the card trick, and the Fantastic Four card trick requested. I'm going to move the Fantastic Four card trick before maximum penetration, the card trick. So that was a mouthful, I know. But we'll still do Incauto Tromposo next. Okay, alright. Where were we? Let's see. First of all, I'm going to have to find some cards to use here. Let's see. Yeah, the toughest part about some of these tricks is setting up. Okay, boom, boom. Boom. Okay. Okay. Whew. Man, we are trucking through tricks tonight. I forget how many cards this needs. Hold on while I count. Need to count. I need to count cards. It's okay because I'm not playing a game for money, so I can count all the cards I want. Okay. Boom, boom. Hold on, just kind of rehearsing this by myself. Really quick, making sure I'm not revealing the secrets of magic. Okay, cool. And then boom, boom, boom. Okay, boom. All right, perfect. Okay, I think I am good to go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's see. Lol. Let's see. Hi, Chan the Magic Man. Yeah, Chan, I've been out for the count today. Oh, the Rusty Panda. What's the matter? Are you okay? What? Are you just exhausted? Time here your way. It's okay if you need to rest. Yeah, it's okay. You know, if anybody needs to have to do things for their own personal health or rest or anything, like I understand how tough it is to get like good sleep nowadays. So everybody take care of yourselves. All right, here we go. I have a bunch of cards, but first of all, I just want to show you that we have a red face card, red face card, red face card, And I'm going to go ahead and place these 3 red face cards down here. Okay, next up, I'm going to show you some other cards. Look, we have a black spot card. So here, I'm just going to leave this here. And then we have red face card, and so the remainder of these cards I would like to place over here. And I'm going to perform one swap. So just keep your eye on the card that is different. At the end of the trick, I want you to pick out which card is the different one. Okay, so here, I'm going to do one swap. Okay. Everybody, if you would like to interact with the stream and you don't want to put in chat anything, right now is the time. You can click directly on your screen if you're on desktop, and you should be able to put a heat map onto which card you think is the different one. So go ahead and do that now. We've got 2 on the center. Okay, we got a couple players, but let me show you that here is that card and here's that card. Alright, does anybody want to change their minds? Going once, going twice. Alright, everybody who has clicked on the center card probably has either A, seen this trick before, or B, trusts the other person who has seen this trick before. Because I think a lot of people would say, hey, this is the different card and it's right there. But those of you who have chosen this card are correct, because this is the only red face card. I know, that's hard to believe until I show you the rest of these cards, because take a look. These are all black spot cards. And that is the only red face card. So this is the correct answer. I click the center, says Chan. And I know Chan, by the way, Chan is a magician. Chan knows. Somebody's clicked down here. Amazing. That, my friends, is a trick known as incauto tramposo. I remember looking up what that meant. I forgot what it means now, but I forgot if it means like gambler or fool or something. It might have meant something like that, but I do not remember. Human memory is poor and fallible, so. Alright, next up we have a request for Chan the Magic Man for Fantastic Four, which actually that might have been because Mark Rice had attempted to do both, and then it hit like one or the other one or whatever. So, but yeah, we'll do. Let me. You know what? Let me prep for the second one. This is gonna be an onslaught of trickery between these 2 tricks because they are 2 very long story-driven tricks. But if you like the Fantastic Four, you will love these. And if you do not, I'm sorry. Blame chat. Okay, let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, here we go. Lol, says the Rusty Panda. Okay, alright. I hope I remember everything. Okay, we'll go. Oh, wait, I need my phone for this, believe it or not. I mean, I just need a way to display amazing strength. Alright. Not that I'm cheating with my phone. Not that you care, right? I mean, just as long as it's entertaining, right? Thank you kindly for the claps. The friendly fiddler, the Rusty Panda, Charlie's Beats. I almost want to say the Charlie's Beats there. Should I be the crazy Asian? Okay. Oh, the phone's kind of in the way. Alright, I'll place it off to the side over here. Okay. First things first, we have a packet of cards here. I don't want you to think of these as cards. I want you to think this whole packet as a spaceship. The spaceship actually has 4 people on it, and the 4 people are the people that we will eventually know as the Fantastic Four. But right now, they aren't known as the Fantastic Four yet. But the 4 different people, let's go ahead and start. The first one is going to be represented by the 2 of clubs, also known as Reed Richards, but is actually going to get the power of superhuman stretching. So he can stretch and pull and contort his body any which way he wants. Because if I slowly start to pull at the top of... Wait. I have to reset. That was not correct. Oh my god. Alright. Here we go. We're gonna from the top. We didn't. Oh, thanks, Mulligan, right there. Okay, great. Okay, we didn't get too far. Hold on, let me just check the rest of the packet, just in case shenanigans are afoot. La la la. Do. Okay, okay. No, we're good. That was literally the only thing. I'm glad it happened super early and not like late. You saw nothing. I mean, you didn't see anything, right? Like you just okay. Here we go. All right, guys. Spaceship going up to space has 4 people. They're going to be known as Fantastic Four. First person going to be represented by 2 of Clubs. 2 of Clubs going to represent Reed Richards, has the power of superhuman stretching. Now, if I go ahead and I pull on the other side of the 2, you're actually going to be able to see that we can stretch He's going to be known as Mr. Fantastic because of the stretching ability and prowess. Because if you take a look, we can stretch it. And then he's going to be able to hold this pose for a while until he gets super good at holding the pose. But look, I know that's super strange, right? But he's super. He just got the power. He can't like hold it forever at the moment, and so he has to fall back into his current form, which is a card. Now, look, we have the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts is actually going to represent the Invisible Woman. Now, the Invisible Woman gets the power to, you guessed it, turn invisible, also known as Sue Storm. So, but here's the thing. She's going to turn invisible whenever she wants, not because I tell her to, but because she wants to. So, I don't know when she's going to do it, but she will at some point. And look, take a look. Right now, she is currently invisible. I don't know if you can tell. But if I tell her, hey, come back, she won't come back just because I tell her to. She'll come back when she wants. And so, yeah, there she is. She'll come back whenever she wants. Next up, we have The Thing. He's going to be known as The Thing, but he's known as Ben Grimm initially. Ben Grimm gets the power of extreme strength at the cost of his beautiful face. I mean, I don't know if he's beautiful before, but he doesn't look human anymore. Now, here's the thing. If you ask any average Joe to hold the phone, they're not going to be able to hold the phone. Like, take a look at this Joker, just completely. But here's the thing. The Thing can hold the phone. No problem. No effort. He just holds it like nobody's business. And that, my friends, is Ben Grimm, known as The Thing. And then finally, we have Sue Storm's brother, Johnny Storm. He's going to be represented by the 7 of Spades. And the 7 of Spades, all he has to do is say flame on. And so when he says flame on, he gets fiery red. And actually, if you take a look, these spades are now fiery red. Yes, but he can't stay on fire forever, but he uses that fire to explode, to fly, all that sort of stuff. But actually, after flame goes off, he actually becomes a very smoky version of himself. If you take a look closely, there's a lot of smoke on that 7 of Spades. Now, and by the end of this, they decide to go back down to Earth, and they're like, we have to do something with these newfound powers. And they decide that they want to become a superhero team and do great things for humanity, so they become the Fantastic Four. That, my friends, is the Fantastic Four card trick, put together by me. A lot of inspiration from a bunch of different tricks, but no other trick presentation putting all of these together like this, portraying the Fantastic Four in this way. Also, just to fill everybody else in, there is a trick sometimes called the Fantastic Four or Fabulous Four in classic card magic, but the thing that bothered me was it always used the 4 aces, and they did the exact same thing. And I'm like, that's not what the Fantastic Four was all about. You have to show their powers. They all do different things, and it's just like, so. Thank you kindly for the claps. The Rusty Panda, Jen the Magic Man, E-Room, Mark Rides, the friendly fiddler. Thank you kindly for those claps. Okay, all right. Let's see. Yes. If you did not know the friendly fiddler, we were able to turn the seven of spades into a red card. That was possible. And done. Okay, let's see here. Alright, cool. Let me set up properly for next time. Okay, that has evolved nicely, says the Rusty Panda. Thanks. If nothing else, I've gotten more comfortable performing it, but like the story hasn't changed, but I've tried to hurry it up because I remember the first time I did it, it was super slow. So I wasn't as comfortable doing it. Okay, so let's see. Next up, we have a trick called maximum penetration, and this was the one, the friendly fiddler, that you tried to show a clip of during my the last time I raided, and you saw the beginning of this, but you did not see the whole thing. Number one, and number two, I don't think you saw it themed as the Fantastic Four, which is going to be a great follow-up to that trick. But believe it or not, this is a trick that's actually called maximum penetration, the card trick. But I always have to disclaim that because you never know, and somebody could clip it and just say, and just without me saying the card trick. All right. So, okay. Also, if you've been sitting around for a while and you have not hydrated, please hydrate. GipsonLens giving me the spray bottle. Okay, here we go. First things first, I just want to show you that we have a box. It is empty. And if you were here, you can inspect the box yourself. Actually, if you went to TwitchCon last year and you came to the Magic panel, the interactive workshop I ran with GipsonLens and the Rusty Panda, you too could have a deck like this. But I don't know if you can get these now because it says TwitchCon Las Vegas 2023. So yeah. Anyway, we have a bunch of cards here. We have a Joker and another Joker. So we're going to place the two Jokers off to the side over here. And then over here we have the Ace, 2, and 3 of spades. Now, because we're theming this as Fantastic Four, first we're going to use the Ace. The Ace, this is going to be... who is... No, it's not. And then this is either Johnny Storm or Mr. Fantastic. So let's say this is Johnny Storm. These two Jokers are not Jokers. They're Doctor Doom's henchmen. Oh yeah, and the box is Doctor Doom's laboratory. Okay, and so look, here's the first thing. The two henchmen are going to grab Johnny Storm, and Johnny Storm is going to try and get away. But look, if I show you that right now, Johnny Storm can outsmart those two henchmen. He can easily escape. Hold on, failure to launch. Let me try that again. Believe it or not, there we have Johnny Storm escaping the clutches of the two henchmen. Okay, let's see. Next up we have the 2 of spades, which we will use to represent Mr. Fantastic. And let's pretend the two henchmen attempt to capture Mr. Fantastic. And the 3 will remain over there. Okay, and so here's what we're going to do. You are going to clearly be able to see that Mr. Fantastic is in the clutches of the two henchmen. But what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and he is also going to be able to escape. Hold on, that was a failure to launch as well. Here we go. There we go. He's going to be able to. And the reason why this trick is called maximum penetration, the card trick, is because the cards are penetrating through the other cards. So there we have it. Um, okay. GipsonLens says now has plenty of other extra church contacts. Yeah. Long story short, I have a bunch. Okay. All right. Next up, we have the 3. This is going to represent the thing, and the thing is going to be captured by the 2 henchmen, and the 2 henchmen, Jimmy, with the gun. All right. So the thing is going to be captured and placed into um, Doctor Doom's laboratory to wait for Doctor Doom to get back. And so, and we'll just go ahead and close that. And now here's the thing. The thing, yeah. Here's the thing. Quite literally, the thing. The thing will actually be able to break through the laboratory because look. And if I show you, the thing has broken through out of the laboratory. And now finally, the invisible woman finds where the 2 henchmen are. And she's going to be able to dispatch with both henchmen because what you thought were both jokers here in my hand, the invisible woman will now have taken care of them because there's only one card here, and it is here, the 4 of spades. And so there's our fantastic 4. And then finally, as we all know, if remember, the laboratory was empty before because Doctor Doom wasn't there. So I think logically a lot of people would expect that the henchmen would have gone back. But because they were dispatched, and honestly, if they were still alive, they wouldn't go back to Doctor Doom because obviously he would take care of them. But one would expect that the henchman would be here. But actually, if we take a look inside Doctor Doom's lair, it is actually not the henchman. It is Doctor Doom himself, the 5 of spades. And if you take a look, there's nothing else inside the box. And that, my friends, is Maximum Penetration, the card trick themed as the Fantastic Four, Part 2. Okay. Woo! Okay. There we go. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like people are gonna be having fun with the bang sound effect, so probably keep that around. That means I'm still here. Yeah, yes. I mean, I figured that out once I heard the. Let's see here. Um, Chan's laughing. E-Room's. E-Room's like, what? What? Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Chan the Magic Man. Thanks for the applause, Kaner. Thank you for the claps, Wigleaf. Wiglef, sorry, I want to say Wigleaf. My apologies. I can't. I can't get the image in my mind of the comment I said earlier about Pokemon. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps, the Rusty Panda, and Jimmy. Jimmy with the trick dance. Okay, whew, and those were 2 pretty long, drawn-out tricks, but hopefully you all enjoyed the storytelling there. Oh, excellent. Somebody's feeding me. Delicious. Okay. Alright, next up, we have a trick requested from Charlie's Beats called Overture. Alright, this one I kind of quote-unquote get to chill a little bit because it is a short one. So, it is not too long. Alright. Alright, so for this trick, we need 4 cards. And we call these, we call them matching pairs or mates of the cards in the deck. So like the mate of the 10 of hearts is the 10 of diamonds. The mate of the ace of clubs is the ace of spades. It's the same color, same number, but other suit. Okay, so here's what this trick is all about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the two red tens face down and place the two black aces face up in between them. So here's the situation that we have right now. Now, if I was to reverse count them like this, you would expect that nothing has changed. And in fact, nothing has changed because the black aces are still face up in between the two red tens. Okay. But the difference is all I have to do is do one magical shake. So if I hold the packet and I shake the packet like this, that shake changed everything because now the two red tens are in the middle, face up, in between the two face down black aces. Is that weird? Super weird, right? Once again, with no magical shake, same state, nothing happens. But if I go ahead and I do the reverse count with a magical shake, that changes everything because now the black aces be face up in between the two red tens. And that, my friends, is Overture. Thanks so much for that request, Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you enjoyed. Charlie's Beats, signer of the Ace of Spades. Thanks for taking care of that, Chan. All right, thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Jen the Magic Man, E-Room, the Rusty Panda. Jimmy, thanks for the applause. Charlie's Beats has requested clear plastic cards. Lol, that's funny. Oh, the first gunshot, and I think I had McDonald's people jumping. I was being handed my Coke, and Jimmy redeemed the gunshot during a revolver trick. It went through my car speakers. That is hilarious. Oh my god. For real, that's funny. That is funny. I'm sorry, McDonald's. Those people who had to be subjected to that. But that is a little funny. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next up, we have a Magician's Choice from Charlie's Beats. Let's go ahead and do a Magician's Choice. Good timing, Charlie, because I had a new trick that I was thinking about trying. And you know what happens when I have new tricks to try? I'll mess them up. But that's okay. We'll do them anyway. So let me prepare for it, and then also let me hype myself up for it a little bit because first time I'll be performing it on stream ever. I'm a dangerous man, says Jimmy. All right. Okay. All right. So for this trick, okay, yeah, we're gonna do it my crazy way. All right. So we do this, that, the other thing. Do this, do that. And then do this. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. I believe I'm set up, and hopefully I don't mess this up. So, this I recorded yesterday for YouTube to be published because I have my magic videos published on Mondays, not tomorrow, not the 8th, but the 15th. So this one will go up on the 15th of July to my YouTube channel. So you guys are seeing this for the first time ever here. So it's going to be a treat because it is technically a little bit involved, card sleight wise, and I saw there's a real possibility that I will mess this up, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll be fine. But it is a combination of two tricks called Solve Zinzer by Harpon Ong and and Birds of a Feather by Paul Gordon. So, and that none of that's going to mean anything to anybody, maybe except for Chan. So, all right. So anyway, thanks for requesting Magician's Choice Charlie's Beats. So here we go on this crazy ride. All right, first things first. We have a bunch of cards over here, and I've set aside 4 cards. These are going to be our helper cards. All right, so first things first, if we had a spectator here, I would have them tell me to say stop, and just in the interest of keeping the trick going. All right, here's the card. I don't want to see this card. I'm going to close my eyes, turn my head, I'll flip it and reveal it, make sure that you guys see it and you know what it is. For the video, I said go ahead and rewind the video, but here you won't have it, so I'm just going to go ahead and close it up, and before I lose it, opening my eyes, turning back, making sure somebody's got it. Does somebody have it in chat? Just making sure. Got it. All right, cool. We got multiple people in chat. E-Room's got it. The Rusty Panda's got it. Great, excellent. Okay, so now I can actually lose this. All right, cool. So, and Chain's got it. All right, great. Okay, and now we can go ahead and lose it if we want, and shuffle it a bit. There we go. Okay. And so these 4 cards, let me see, what do I do next? Yes, I want to reveal them to you and introduce them to you. So we have the 4 twos. We have the 2 of hearts, the 2 of diamonds, the 2 of clubs, and the 2 of spades. And the thing that I want to show you with these is that all the 2s are here. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of the deck into about 3 equal piles. They don't have to be perfect, but we're just going to go ahead and cut them like this. Okay. Now, your selection, I'm going to be asking the 2s a series of questions. And hopefully the 2s, the 1, 2, 3, 4 2s, will know how to get it correct. But first I have to prime them. So I'm going to go ahead and just wave them over the other packets, because now they're getting a read. So deep down inside, there's secret technology, and like the microchips, they're I'm just passing through. So they know which cards. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask the 2s whether your card was red or black. All right, so if the cards turn face up and show me the color, then yes, it will be that, but if not. So first question I'm going to ask, is the card, the selection, a red card? And that is not face up, so it's not red. Is the card black? Yes, because both of the 2 black 2s have turned face up, so therefore the card is black. All right, excellent. So now let's do it again. So we know it's black, so is it club or spade? So is the card a club? No. Okay. Is the card a spade? Yes. And of course, the club is no longer face up, but the spade is. All right. So that's great. Okay. We've only been asking it yes or no questions up until this point, but I think the 2s are more powerful than that. So let's go ahead and ask them what the value of your card was. This is like the first open-ended question. So here we go. What was the value of the card? Oh, wait, and if we take a look, the value is king. Was that right? Wow, this is super cool. Hold on. I'm just going to cheat for a second. I just want to take a look at the rest of the cards. Yo, guys, this is super cool. Okay, so all of the 2s have turned into kings. So look, if I show you, here's the king of clubs. King of clubs right there. Yeah, and then here's the king of hearts. And then over here we have the king of diamonds. And of course, we know that your selection was black, a spade, and is of value. But you would expect that this is the 2, right? But look, it has changed to be the king of spades. That was the selection, right? Just making sure. Okay. But wait, there's more. So here's the thing. One of the things in Magic is when people purchase magic tricks from like a website, they want to know, especially if they're a working magician, how fast the reset is. And you saw how important the 2s were. will actually, with just this snap, you can reset instantly because all of the kings can pull up a 2. So here, we've just pulled up, and actually the king of hearts has pulled up the 2 of hearts. And the king of diamonds has pulled up the 2 of diamonds. And the king of clubs has pulled up the 2 of clubs. Now, these cards were on a pile, so there's no possible way that the king of spades could have picked up and pulled up the 2 of spades, right? There we have it. And that, my friends, is a trick that it's a cobblestone together of 2 other tricks, but they're big, long-winded tricks. So that was my masterpiece that I put together yesterday. I was like, I was so proud of this. So I am so happy I pulled that off too. I didn't mess anything up, I think. Hopefully it looked good. So let me know if it all looked good. But yes, that is the finale of this this trick. Charlie Speech, thank you so much for the request for Magician Choice, giving me that opportunity to remember that I had a trick to do. And I'm like, yes, gotta try this out on stream. And luckily, it worked out. So, wasn't that supposed to be with clear cards? Not this one. No, Charlie's Beats did have. Okay, yeah. You know what? Let me do a trick. Can I do this trick with clear cards? That's the question. Can I do this trick with clear cards? Oh my god, it would be so hard. I don't want to do it with clear cards yet. Alright, I'm going to have to do something else with clear cards. My apologies. My apologies, Charlie's Beats. I'm sorry, I forgot it was with clear cards. Alright, let me do a different trick. But that one I'm not confident enough that I should do with clear cards yet. So I will do something else with the clear cards. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Charlie. Please forgive me. I love you, Charlie. Platonically. I love you. Please don't hate me. Alright, here we have... Did I go extra high pitch? I go extra high pitch. Does this sound weird coming from me because I'm always deep voiced? Sorry. Has anybody heard that meme? The meme where the guy talks about how his anus is bleeding? My anus is bleeding. Alright, I'll stop. That's from like 2002. Jimmy! Alright, okay, alright. I heard the bang. And look, Bert's even got the spray bottles. Oh my god. I am a banana. Oh my god. Okay, man. This stream tonight has degenerated quite a bit. Okay, so here we have the entire deck. Let me see what we can come up with as far... You know what might be super interesting to do with clear cards? And I'm not sure it will fully work, but we're going to do it anyway. Let me find 4 jacks. And if you guys have been around for the last couple of hype trains besides today, I think I use this every hype train for a while, except for today's. So let's try that, and then we'll do something else with this. So first things first, I've set aside the 4 jacks as helpers, and so I'll place those over here. We're gonna need a card selected, and let's see. I'll go through the pack. They would say stop whenever. Let's say here. So the 5 of hearts will be the selection. And so I'm going to go ahead and place the 5 of hearts over here. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the jacks to try and help us find your selection, which we know is the 5 of hearts. Alright, there's clear things. By the way, this might be a boss trick because I technically just flinged a card. And anyway, here's what we're gonna do. Oh man, this part is so bad with clear cards. I gotta cover it with my hand. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna wave my hand a little bit. 1, 2, and 3. And look, all 4 of those cards have turned into one card. And this one card that you see right here, if I fan, it's actually uh, man, this is so hard to see with the clear cards. It's 4 cards now. So here we go, and that one card is the 5 of hearts, and those 4 cards are the helpers, the jacks. Okay, all right. How was that? Was that okay? Was that terrible? I didn't think I liked it. Also, I technically messed up, but only because they were clear. If they were not clear, I think I would not have messed up. So maybe it doesn't count. I guess it depends on if I can do it with the regular cards. But anyway, thank you kindly for the claps and the lulls. Chen the Magic Man, Jimmy the Rusty Panda, E-Room. Okay. Okay, let's try something with the clear cards again. I don't feel like that was a satisfactory redeem for Charlie's Beats points. So here we have the 5 that we just got as a selection, and then we have the 4 jacks. And what I'm going to do here is, okay, let's go ahead and place the 5 just over here for a second. And then we have the jacks over here. You can see they're all face jacks, face card jacks. Okay, here's the thing. All I have to do is just make this jump 1, 2, and 3. Actually, those 4 cards have turned into one card, and this one card has turned into 4 cards. And that 5 has jumped from over here to over here. Okay, and then look over here. They are the 4 jacks. Okay, all right. That was a second trick with clear cards. I think that one was okay. Might have been a little short though. But thank you kindly for the claps. The Rusty Panda. Okay, all right. And I think let's try one more with the clear cards. Don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to try it anyway. Okay, so we have the... Thank you kindly for the applause, Jimmy, and for the claps, Chan. And for the claps, E-Room. Okay, so we have the 5 over here and the 4 jacks over here. I'm going to place them like back to back like this. Okay, so first things first, here we have the jack, red jack, black jack, another black jack, and then the selection. Here's the 5 of hearts. Okay, alright, so here's the thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place the black jacks over here. And I'm going to grab the 5 and place it amongst the red jacks. And so here if I get 1, 2, 3. But all I have to do is grab that 5. It's actually in my hand right now, but you can't see it. But I can move it from here to here. Because look, now there's only 2 red jacks over here. And there's a 5 in between. Well, you can't tell it's in between because they're clear, but it is actually in between the 2 blackjacks. I think that might have actually looked fine. Alright, if you missed it, we'll do that one again, but slightly differently. Rusty Panda says, alrighty, I'm going to go to bed. Good night, y'all. Glad I was able to finally catch you. Have a great stream. I'll be here as best I can over the summer. Hey, no worries. Thanks for stopping in, the Rusty Panda. Take care. Have a good night. Sleep well. Remember to hydrate and stretch. Seeker of Weirds with the fish. Ah, yes. Thanks for shouting out the Rusty Panda. Guys, if you're not following our friend the Rusty Panda, please give the Rusty Panda a follow. Singer, songwriter, musician, also has an interview streams on Wednesdays called Wiki Wednesdays. It's a unique interview type stream, so please follow the Rusty Panda. Okay. All right. Where were we? Oh, yes. So now let's once again put this back in the same state. So the 4 jacks and the 5 of hearts. Red jack, red jack. Last time we turned the blackjacks face down, but let's keep them face up this time. So blackjack, blackjack, 5 of hearts. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I need to find the Jack of clubs. Now what we're going to do this time is just slightly different. I'm actually going to place the 5 in between the jacks, in between the blackjacks. Okay, and now the 2 red jacks in my hand, I'm just going to crush them together with my hands. And actually they become 1 card. So those 2 red jacks are no longer 2 red jacks. It is actually 1 5 of hearts. But now you're probably wondering, wait, where's the 2 red jacks? Because over here, if I show you, here's the 2 black jacks, but there's only 1 card in between them. But actually, if you hold them at the 2 ends and you just pull, they actually become 2 cards, and they are both the 2 red jacks. That, my friends, was I Know Kung Fu by Jack Parker with clear cards. And actually, I think that actually worked really well. Let me know if it didn't, if it looked pretty horrible, or if it was amazing. Because I actually think that really looks good. I think, but I was focused on the performance side of it, so you guys were watching. Thank you kindly for the claps. Checking the gaff meter. Welcome in, checking the gaff meter. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for the claps. Chan the Magic Man. E-Room. Thanks for the applause, Jimmy. And Seeker Weird says, looked great on mobile. Yes. All right. Awesome. I'll take that as a resounding, hey, it works. Wiglef, thank you for the emotes, for the clap emotes. And checking the gaff meter is doing very well, thanks. All right. Let's see here. The queue is currently empty. If anybody would like to request anything, I have pinned the trick list so that we don't have to keep on calling it up. I don't know why I didn't do this before, because honestly, it is totally useful, because I've seen other musicians do that. So I'm like, why don't I do that? It's like, you know. But anyway, Charlie, hopefully that was acceptable for the clear card redeem. We attempted to do 3 tricks. We were successful at 2.5-ish. So I think that was okay. Honestly, I think that last one worked out really well. I'm gonna have to review that myself and be like, if it was that good, I might clip it. Random request overture. Oh yeah, we already did that one. So let's do. And honestly, you can. So because you're a mod chan, it can random anything, because your mod override will override any sort of limits. So I'm gonna drop overture from there. Let's see. Jimmy has requested shaking the aces. I like this one. I don't get to do this one enough, I think. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna aim for. I remove. Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna aim for probably streaming for about another half an hour. So feel free to shoot off requests, chat. Let's see. Before I get too ahead of myself, so next weekend I anticipate being a regular weekend, but the weekend after that, on the Sunday the 14th, there's a chance that I will not be streaming on Sunday. It's only a chance. I'm not sure yet, but my mom is going to be visiting from out of town, and I'm not sure when she's going to go to sleep. So if she's awake, I'm going to hang out with her. If she's asleep, I can stream. But that's basically the plan. So we shall see. But obviously, if it comes down to it and she's awake, I'm just going to hang out with her. So let's see here. And then we have a request for invisible hands after that. All right, glorious. Sounds good. Okay. So next up we have shaking the aces. So here I have found the 4 aces, the ace of spades, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts. Now, what I want to do is, if I go ahead and I turn all these cards and I put the ace of spades in amongst them, you should be able to follow them no problem, right? Because it's right there. However, if I go ahead and I just give it a shake, that shake is actually going to obscure any sort of aces that's there, right? Is that weird? That's super weird, right? But look, if I can use that same shake, when I use that same shake is actually going to turn up one of the aces. And so look, we have the ace of hearts turning itself face up. Now look, if I shake it again, that is going to turn up another one, the ace of clubs. Now, some people believe that I have to shake the aces face down, but actually I can shake them face up. Because if you just watch that ace of clubs very carefully, and I just shake, that's actually going to change to be the ace of diamonds. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now, here's the other thing. I'm going to go ahead and show you that we've got all the cards face down. But I've already turned up all of the aces. But I just want to show you like how magicians can turn up an ace very quickly. And don't watch this one because I'm just going to flip this one over. Don't watch this one. Watch this one. So I'm going to go ahead and say 1, 2, 3, and we'll just flip that ace over. But not just that ace. We've actually turned up all of the aces face up. And that, my friends, is shaking the aces. All right. I was hoping I didn't mess that one up, and I think that was good. So, yes. Thank you kindly for the applause, Jimmy. Thanks for the claps, E-Room, and thanks for the claps, Chan. Thanks for taking care of the song list, Chan. Trick list. All right. We are trucking. Let me quickly take a look at the history for tonight. We are already up to 15 completed tricks. And actually, there was a couple more in there, so. Of course. Okay, so let me get ready for invisible hands. Let me see if we can do this. But did I say it? I just said let's get ready for invisible hands, right? And then oh yeah, would that be a really funny trick? It's like, okay guys, here's the invisible hands trick. Ta-da! You can't see my hands. Look, I'm doing stuff. I swear I'm not making fun of anybody. Just okay. All right. Sorry. That was horrible. My apologies. Don't cancel me. Okay. All right. Where are we? It's okay. Let's go. All right. All right. Thank you so much for the request checking the gaff meter. All right. So here we have the 4 aces. We have the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, and ace of spades. Okay. So with these 4 cards, what I want to do is something interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread the cards out and like this. And if I just shake my hands, you're going to see one card jump from one pile to the other pile. I know, it's very subtle. I don't know if you saw it happen, but look, there's now 2 cards and 2 cards. Interesting. So we can do that again, and here we go. So 2 cards, 2 cards, and look, if I just shake my hands, you'll see one card melt from one side and go to the other side. I don't know if you saw that happen, but look, there's now 1 card over here, 3 cards over here. Okay, but there's actually one more thing that we have. So here's the ace, right? And I want to do something interesting with this final ace, with this ace, because we're going to go ahead and, I really should do this trick with a different set of cards. So let me just go ahead and just shake my hands one more time. And actually, that's changed to a king. And all of the other aces have also changed to kings. And that, my friends, is invisible hands. My handling of, anyway. And thank you for the emotes and the eyes. E-room and checking the gaff meter. And checking the gaff meter says, whoa! Was that cool? Checking the gaff meter? Did you like that? And E-room says, wow! Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man. Checking the gaff meter. E-room, thank you kindly for the claps. It was my mistake. I actually shouldn't have changed them to the kings. I should have changed them to the 4 because I just realized checking the gaff meter requested it, and checking the gaff meter requested it and has assigned a 4. So we should do a different trick using the 4s right now. My apologies, checking the gaff meter. I don't know what came over me. So a sudden hot flash. I don't know. No worries. All right, cool. All right, let's see. What can we do? Okay. I'm tired, says checking the gaff meter. Okay, all right, here we go. We have the 4 4s. Actually, let me do something with these here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have the 4 4s. I'm going to be doing something interesting with these 4 4s. Actually, let me tell you what I'm going to do. It's kind of like shaking the aces, but with the 4s instead. But we're going to be doing it slightly differently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the packet of the 4s and shake. And then those 4s should, one at a time, turn face up. So here, let me show you. It's probably easier to show you. So I'm going to hold the packet and give it a little bit of a shake. That shake is going to turn up the 4 of diamonds. All right. So all the cards are face down now. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I hold the packet and now give it a shake, we're going to turn up another 4, in this case the 4 of clubs. And importantly, all the cards are face down, like this. But look, if I hold the packet and give it a shake, that shake will turn up one of the 4s, the 4 of hearts. Now we have one more to turn face up, and it's the 4 of spades. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4. But look, if I hold the packet and give it a shake, that shake should turn up the 4 of spades, signed by our friend also in chat, checking the gaff meter. And that is how you use the 4 4s, and you can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, and you give them a magical shake, and they'll. But actually, I have one other thing we can do with this. Let me just spread the deck so you don't think there's any weird shenanigans over here. But look, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the 4 4s into the middle of the deck like this, and I'm gonna hold the whole deck and give that a vigorous shake. Oh, very vigorous. I know the 20 FPS is not working for you guys. I know. But look, now if I spread the whole deck, you're going to see some of the cards are face up. All the 4s are face up. And that, my friends, is a trick with a twist. Done with the 4s. Thank you so much for the request. The last trick, tricking the half meter. I was kind of doing this one as a, I'm sorry, I feel recompensed. Let me do this for you now. That's some mischief by those 4s, says checking the gaff meter. That's right. And is that why you chose the 4s to sign? Because they're mischievous? Is that right? Because maybe I should be a 4 too. I'm pretty mischievous, right? That's okay. All right. Okay, while we have these 4 cards out, and I have a trick that I want to be doing every week. Let me get those in. Oh, E-Room has beat me to the punch. Actually, let me break it up because I am already set up for this one. So I'm going to do Coin Matrix first, then we'll do Triumph Squared for E-Room. Thanks for the request, E-Room. And then we'll do the cardless version. Okay, so. Alright, this is a super quick one anyway, so it's not a big deal. Alright, we have 4 coins. I'm going to place them in 4 different corners. And then I have the 4 4s because they're mischievous, but I'm going to make the coins teleport into one different corner. So first things first, we're going to use a card for each corner to cover up each coin. And then we're going to do some fun shenanigans to teleport them from corner to corner. Alright, first things first, I'm going to make this one jump from here up there because look, it happens pretty quick. There's 1, make this one jump up there. Here's 2, and then the last one from here, there's 3, and that, my friends, is a coin matrix. Woo! Lightning fast! I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna, you're gonna slip. Okay. No problem, Chan. Take care. Definitely sleep well. Take care of yourself. Thank you kindly for the transporter E-Room. All right. Oh, sleep. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. I was like, wait, what? Slip? I was actually thinking you might have been like SLIPP, but no, that makes sense. Sleep makes way more sense. But anyway, thanks for being here, Chan. Guys, if you're not following our mod and friend Chan, please give Chan a follow. Chan is one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has regular magic schedule. I think a lot of you guys already know Chan here, but I closed my eyes while typing that. I mean, that explains everything. So there you go. Yeah, give Chan a follow. Catch him on Magic Mondays, where he usually streams Magic Mondays. And so, yeah, give Chan some mod love. Chan, thanks for helping out tonight. Greatly appreciate it. That's how tired I am. Dude, go to sleep. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed. So. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Let's go ahead and get ready to perform Triumph Squared as requested by E-Room. Wait, where the hell are the cards? Where did the cards go? Here they are. Where did I put the cards? All right. Okay, here we go. We've got the whole deck to choose from this time. And here we have the whole Twitch deck. I'm going to break this up into 2 separate piles. And then we're going to have a card selected from each one. And so, let's get started. So, they don't have to be perfect. Actually, before I do this, let me search for the jokers because it's not going to be as impressive. I guess I could tell you that they're both different. One is a black joker and the other one's a red joker. But just to make life simpler. Okay. Alright, triumph squared. Here we go. We have about half of the deck here and about half of the deck there. Alright, cool. We can still see on the screen. Excellent. First things first, we're going to need one card selected. So, E-Room, if you are still there, if you would like to select a card, actually, let me just slide this down. Are you on desktop? You can click directly on the screen and one of these cards will be selected. If you're not, you can give me a number from the top and we'll count down 1, 2, 3, all the way down to. It's probably about 26, but it's not, might not be exactly. Okay, I see E-Room has selected this one. All right, excellent. There we go. It doesn't matter that I know what it is, so we're just going to go ahead and show you. It is E-Room. You are somehow magically connected to Bao because you found Bao's card. So the Four of Hearts, super easy to remember because it is Bao's card. So there we go. So remember that Four of Hearts and Bao's card. So here's what we're gonna do. We have that card selected in this pile, and then we're gonna need another card selected in this pile. So go ahead and let me clear the heat maps for that here. Delicious. Okay, go ahead and select another card for this pile. Once again, it doesn't really matter that I know what it is, but eat. Thanks for the eat, GipsonLens. All right, and we've got another card here. So, dude, would this be hilarious if this was E-Room's card? That'd be so hilarious. Nope, not quite. All right. So this is the Two of Clubs, a.k.a. Mike 2600, Mike 2600's card. And so yes, and so here's we're just gonna go ahead and move that a little bit closer to the middle, but just note that I put them back into the packet face up. So here's the thing, if I was to shuffle these together right now, it would be really easy to find them, right? But if I flip this one over, it becomes extremely impossible. So here's what we're gonna do. It's only a magic trick if we attempt the impossible, right? Here's the impossible. Here we go. We're going to push them in. Now, some people will think that magicians can do shenanigans here. And to that point, the answer is yes. But let me just do it slowly so you don't think I'm doing anything super fishy. They're fully incorporated now. And so let's get a couple of cuts in here. And one final cut. There we go. Okay, so now I need something to fix this. And since I'm not good at doing that, we're going to bring on the magical talent of the stream, the deck sock, coming in at the last minute for today. But the deck sock is telling me to put up a spinner. Oh, like a loading screen? Oh, the deck sock has to do some work. Okay, here we go. So now the deck sock is working to fix the deck right now. Everybody's got the emotes. Thank you, GipsonLens and E-Room. If I wait for this to end, it'll take too long. So deck sock, is it done yet? No. All right, fine. Okay, hang on. I guess I could eat this heat map in the interim. Delicious. Okay, all right. Okay, we're going to stop there because I think the deck stock is done loading. I mean, so now if we take a look, I think all of the cards in the deck should be fixed. All of the cards should be fixed except for 2 cards. What were 2 cards? Well, they were Bao and Mike 2600, right? Those were the 2. So, man, having names on cards makes life way easier to remember. And there's our 4 of Hearts Bao. And here should be our 2 of Clubs Mike 2600. And that, my friends, is Triumph Squared. Because in the course of one trick, we do 2 triumphs. It was a triumph Do 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 do. I know everybody who understands VGM knows that song, so I'm sorry if I butchered it or I'm not a good singer. In either case. You're not here for music, you're here for watching me do magic. So, can't really be too picky, I guess. Hey yo, Jimmy! I envisioned that was like I was attempting to do the singing and then Jimmy like shoots a bullet at my feet. I'm like, ah! Okay, I'll stop. All right, okay. Okay, that was Triumph Square. I love your reaction, OMG. Dude, that's like so I'm always looking for stuff that helps make stream fun. I think the way you're using the bang is actually kind of funny. So, new toy is my sound. Yes, right, exactly. So, if anybody can think of other sounds that would help make stream more fun, I'm down. That's my sound now. I mean, it's there, so you could use it. Okay, all right. Next up is a request from me because I want to do this every stream until I keep it so I can keep it fresh, and that's the plan. So let me come back here. Okay, all right. So this is the cardless coin matrix. So basically, you guys before that last trick, I did the one with the cards, and this one is going to be without the cards. Is that kind of square? Is that square enough? Okay. All right. So here's what we want to do. I want to make the coins teleport from corner to corner. All right. Here we go. That's one. That's two. That's three. And notice here we have 1, 2, 3, and then over there we have 1, and this will be the last one. And that, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Jimmy says, "Wow." Did that look nice? Was that clean? I think because I've been practicing that every stream, I think it looks okay probably. That's magic. That's right. Oh, I forgot to mention the disclaimer earlier when I said I was going to, but yes. Everything that you see on stream here is sleight of hand. It can be achieved. I don't have any deals with the devil. I don't practice black magic. It's not sorcery. It's all sleight of hand. But even if it was any of those things, I would still claim this anyway. So, all right. We're close to the time in which I would like to end. So, this is last call. If anybody would like to request any tricks, now is the time. Or for 1 week, hold your peace because you can just request it next week. And you do it dressed with white colors. Oh, like some magicians will have long sleeves and will wear like black and they have a black mat. Yeah. So there's actually some tricks in which require that. These ones that I do don't require that. Not that I'm spoiling anything for you. Hopefully you didn't know that and now you've learned something. But yeah, don't go like yelling that around like, "Oh, that's black. He's definitely using it." Like it's used. Have you ever heard of the paint color Vanta Black? Yeah, most magicians dress with black colors. So if you guys have heard of a color called Vanta Black, it was like a black that supposedly absorbed like 99.99, I forgot, it was like 3 or 4 nines percentage, like decimal points or whatever. But it basically almost absorbed anything. So anything that was covered in Vanta Black would basically just look like a flat thing. Like if you put like a basketball and covered it in Vanta Black and put it in a completely bright room, it would probably just look like a black circle that's just sitting there, like, which is kind of nuts. And I love that as like a scientific thing, but there's a similar principle used in magic. So maybe not even sleight of hand. You might not even need sleight of hand if you're using like that paint or something, right? Very impressive. Yeah, most okay. Yeah. So, All right, I think we're caught up. But yeah. Also, if there's no requests, I will still put a finale trick into the queue, and then we will still do that, and then we will end after that. So, let's see. I'm feeling like maybe this trick this week, but right, yes. So yeah, it was super cool. Like I watched some YouTube channels just like because they're science education channels, but I am super interested just like in this kind of black for the purposes not for magic, but just because it's like a cool thing. Like if I go and paint a wall like in my house, Vanta black, right? Will I just see an empty void every single time I come into the room? Like it seems like a creepy thing. Like and my wife would never have it. She would be like, "No," and I would be like, "Oh, no Vanta black in the house." All right. Okay. Also, I'm going to take a quick peek at who's streaming so we can see who we can raid later. All right, we got some choices. Yeah, there's a bunch of people. All right. I guess I'm not concerned about finding a raid target. Okay. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna put in the finale trick, and I think we are going to be doing Dazed as our finale. Oops, Dazed. I'm bad at spelling. I think black color makes the house more hot. Conceptually, I think yeah, black would absorb all of the heat, right? So consequently, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. So some people just think because it's black, it will incidentally always be hotter. But there is like a reason to have both white or black in certain situations. Um, so, for example, black in the sun will absorb more heat. That is generally accepted as, correct. But black in the shade also will tend to release more heat. Um, so it kind of depends, right? So kind of same thing with white, right? If you are wearing white in the sun, it will tend to reflect more of it. But in the shade, it won't really reflect that much more, so it ends up cooling off less quick than black in the shade. It's weird. And it's still not even entirely intuitive to me. And now that I'm saying it, it still doesn't even make sense. Like even when I say it out loud, it's like, but somehow I internalized this, and it was just like, okay. So if it's not true, I mean, by the way, this is not a science education channel, so don't take this as 100% correct. People A can be wrong, and B search engines can be wrong, and C even generative AI is very wrong. Like, don't go putting glue on your pizza. Yeah, I know I'm jabbing at some generative AIs, but that is the case. So, all right, let me close the queue. All right, and it is about that time to thank everybody. So, thank you everybody for coming out tonight and hanging out and doing some magic. I think we might have had a night of actual. I was not. Whoa, whoa, Jimmy! Look, I know you're angry and upset we're going to end, but I got to end, okay? A bang of a stream. Okay. Wig Left says, I was not expecting to end my night with magic tricks. It's been fun. Thanks for the stream. Wig Left, thank you so much for hanging out and staying the entire time. And greatly appreciate you letting me know. So thank you so much. And Jimmy, thanks for the bangs all day today. Yes. You know, one more for the road. There you go. But thank you so much for everybody coming out today and hanging out with me. If it wasn't for you guys that interact with the stream, so thank you for the applause, E-Room. If it wasn't for you guys that interact with the stream, whether you clicked on the heat map, requested a trick, chatted in chat, if it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. So thank you so much. Thank you for the applause, Jimmy. Also, thank you to all of the lurkers out there, because if I'm just fiddling with cards, there's no magic happening, right? Like, if I know how the tricks are done, here's the weirdest thing, right? When you're a musician and you play music, you can still enjoy the music even if nobody else is there, right? But as a magician, if I am performing the magic and nobody else is there to enjoy the magic, there's no magic happening, right? So that's kind of like the interesting tidbit about like performing magic. It's kind of weird. But so yeah, already did the disclaimer. So once again, everything that you've seen here, it's not black magic, not sorcery. It's sleight of hand magic, and even if it was real magic, I would claim all of that anyway. Also, let's give some mod love to all of our mods. If you have not already followed all of our mods, we saw all of our mods today. First of all, the Rusty Panda. If you're not following the Rusty Panda, please give the Rusty Panda a follow. Singer, songwriter, and also does a interview stream on Wednesdays called Wiki Wednesdays. If you haven't followed Chan, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan, one of the other few magicians that has a regular magic schedule. Also, Magic Twitch, only Magic Twitch. If you want to find a few more, there's all of the known magicians that has a semi-regular schedule right there. There's 4 of us, so there's not that many follows. Check us out. Also, if you're not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, please give GipsonLens a follow, a.k.a. Bert, pianist, plays a bunch of things on piano, whether he sight reads, knows them by heart, or has composed his own originals. And actually, if you enjoyed the Hype Train music earlier today, that is GipsonLens' original, so please give him a follow. We'll check it out. All right. Okay, and with that, we have one finale trick, and then we will find somebody to raid. Okay, and today I would like to perform a trick called Dazed. So there's a handful of tricks that I like to close out stream with, and this is one of them. So, all right. So here I have a packet of cards. We've got a 6 of diamonds. We've got a queen of clubs. And then we've got a packet of 4 other cards. Now the thing is, if I show you these cards from this side, they're all going to look normal, right? But if I flip over the packet, it's going to be weird because they're going to look like they have backs on both sides. All of them except for this one, which is super weird. So this is like how the cards come before they print a face on them, because they know all the backs are going to look the same. But look, if I show you these double-backed cards, they have a strange property. And that property is if I hover it over another card. So let's say I hover it over this 6 of diamonds, like this. Would you believe that this packet reflected the 6 of diamonds? Not only reflected, but they all turn into 6 of diamonds. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of diamonds. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That shouldn't happen. That's a little bizarre. That's okay. You could probably think, oh man, he's doing something fishy. But here's the part that really gets people. I'm going to go ahead and reflect this over the queen of clubs. And actually, not only that, but we are going to go ahead and show you that all of the cards have become queens of clubs. Because look, now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 queen of clubs. But wait, we have this blank card here. And you can still see that they're all queens of clubs right now, but like, wait, if I just go ahead and you'll see it, they'll still be queens of clubs until the very last second, until we turn this face up onto the packet. Because now all of the cards, and this is the part that's going to blow people away, if you have never seen this trick before, they are all blank. 3, 4. And some people are like, wait, let me see the backs of those. And to that I would say, yeah, sure. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. And that, my friends, is Dazed. And I will call that a successful finale for today. All right. Thank you kindly for the applause. Jimmy, and your emotes. Nice. Thank you kindly for the Queen of Clubs, emotes, e-room. And also, bro, you should stream video games too. Yo, it's not like I don't want to. I am just lacking time in a given week. So, I mean, look, if you want to send like a babysitter over like every night, then it would be it would be handy. Then I might be able to stream more often at night. Thank you kindly for the claps, Jimmy, Wiglef, E Room, GipsonLens. Haha, I would. Yeah. All right. So we'll see how babysitter shenanigans go, but or if she just can sleep through the night without being without interrupting me. There's also some nights in which I'm working to make up some work hours too. So not those nights, but all right. Whew. Okay, let's see who we raid. So oftentimes I like to raid. Thank you kindly for the ding. Oftentimes I like to raid into musician friend streamers. So let's see who's on. See where we can go. And there's some. Hold on. I see somebody that. Wait, have I ever? I might have only rated this person once. Let me consult my stream spreadsheet. Oh, wait. I'm looking on the wrong tab. Hold on. This person has rated me once, and I have never rated this person. And they are not a music streamer, but they are a video game streamer. And if Jimmy wants video games, this person would be ideal. And I did meet them at TwitchCon last year. So, all right, okay, we're going to be going over to our friend Granny Q. Yeah, she's still going. So she is a gamer, and in her description, she says herself that she is a wild 66-year-old granny working on setting and learning to fly around in the verse. And she's currently playing Star Citizen. So, oh yeah, thanks for getting the raid calls there. There's raid, sub raid. So yeah, feel free to copy a raid call, and we're gonna go over to Granny Q because I've never raided her before, and I technically owe her a raid. So, all right. Oh, unrecognized command. I'm bad at typing, apparently. Oh yes, warning. The channel is intended for mature audiences. All right. Oh, hold on. I got to copy my own raid call. So with that, everybody, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Hey! We're gonna end soon. All right. Thank you for coming and hanging out tonight. Hopefully everybody had a good time. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys around. Everybody, remember to hydrate, stretch, and take care of yourselves. And we'll see you around. All right. So have a glorious night. Have a glorious week, and we'll see you. Bye.